Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Event Leviathan, issue number 4 of 6. Yep, we're almost done, and that's probably a good thing. And I'm going to give you 5 things to understand why I'm not a huge fan of this book. Let's get started with who made the book. So, this is part 4. Brian Michael Bendis does the story. Alex Maleev does the art and the cover. Josh Reed does the letters. The variant cover is by Kari Andrews, and yeah, that's about it. So, this book, dude, this freaking book. Let's talk about number 1 on this book, the art. Alex Maleev really did a good job on this book. Look, I'm just saying, for a guy who's doing all the art and to make it look like there's layers to this, I'm not a huge fan of his pencils, okay? I'm not a huge fan of the inks that he does in this, and I think most people are going to be looking at that to say that they don't like the way this book is drawn. Me personally, I'm also looking at the colors, which he does. He's the total artist on this book, you know what I mean? And the colors look like they're added on, and especially in the beginning when you're seeing X-Men, the X-ray vision use and the telescopic vision use that Superman is doing here, you get to really see what I mean by how well he used the colors here. But even in the rest of the story where he's not using those things, those abilities, you get to see that it almost looks like the art is moved over to the side a little bit, and it's really cool to see that because this is supposed to be a mystery. So even trying to interpret what you're seeing, not just what you're reading, kind of gives it that mystery thriller. Okay, the rest of the stuff I've got here, not too many positive things to say. Let's talk about number 2 on this book. The question. Yeah, come on, man. Look, there are 2 questions, 2 totally different questions being used over in the Lois Lane comic book right now. And even though I got some issues with that issue that came out last week, I like those questions and their portrayal a whole lot better than I do here in this book. This just doesn't do it for me, man. This portrayal just doesn't do it for me. I want the question out of this book. I want Plastic Man out of this book. You know who else I want out of this book? Number 3, the portrayal of freaking Manhunter. Why bring her back, this version of Manhunter, if this is all you're going to be doing with her? I mean, sorry, man. Come on, man. What are we doing here? Everything that we're trying to do is her trying to explain everything to everybody, but talking trash to the kid who could probably destroy her in a heartbeat. Come on, man. Plus, aside from Superman's eidetic memory, when you're talking about humans, the only person in that room that's going to be able to take down Damian is Batman, his dad. So, I mean, come on. And then she's going to be talking trash. I want to see young Robin just put a bow staff across her face. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, stop being so dumb. You're the one that's being questioned right now. Just freaking answer the questions. And I don't know, even the way that Ollie talks. Like, Ollie he had a funny line here. He's like, hey, kid, show Superman a little bit more respect. By the way, Superman, answer his question. How'd you get your ass handed to you? Like, I really like that. Good portrayal of Oliver. Maybe Bendis should start writing for, what do you call it? Oliver Queen, the freaking Green Arrow. Oh my God, I can't remember his name right now. I'm so frustrated with this book. So let's talk about number 4 in this book, Silencer. This made me want to throw the comic book on the floor. You think I'm joking? Dude, you should have seen my face. You should have seen my body posture when I'm sitting here looking at the Silencer show up. This guy, Bendis, was talking about this freaking character being used way back when the book was still running, when the Silencer still had an ongoing series, when we first started hearing about the book ending. I love the Silencer book. It's one of the few things that me and comic skaters can agree upon. Silencer is a really amazing story. It's a great character. I loved it. Brian Michael Bendis, he might want to say that, oh yeah, sure, I've read all the Silencer issues, but if I ever met him, like, to his face, I would call him a liar. Because there's no way that this dude has ever seriously read the Silencer to understand the character use. Because the voice was not hers, the image looked like her, but, like, the voice wasn't her, the character portrayal, the body language, none of it was actually Silencer. This was dumb. And why the hell is a character who can completely avoid any kind of sound whatsoever and also has already shown in the annual that she can sneak up on Batman, how come she didn't just go up into the freaking mansion and see what's what? Like, this is just so silly. It's so ridiculously silly. I couldn't stand this. Like, what? You know, I'm mad enough that freaking John had to be aged the way that he was, and somebody like Tomasi was put out of a job because Bendis comes along and he says, yeah, I don't have any use for a a Superman, a Superboy's book, a Super Sons book. I don't have any need for that because I need John to be older so I can put him in the Legion of Superheroes. Dude, we don't have any use for you putting people who are doing really good stories who we actually liked out of business. DC genuinely shows that they don't get it with Bendis. Because now here it is. I don't know if Bendis had something to do with the cancellation of the Silencer comic book. But I'm telling you right now, it fits the MO, doesn't it? So yeah, this infuriated me beyond belief. Couldn't even get the character portrayal accurate. Just don't even get me started. Don't let me continue. Number 5 in this. I have already discovered out the identity of Leviathan. That's right, Professor Bill, smartest guy on the damn internet, all right? Smarter than you, smarter than anybody you know, smarter than all the reviewers that are out there on YouTube. I'm smarter than their mothers, okay? I'm smarter than everybody. I've already figured out who Leviathan is. And when the answer actually comes out and it's revealed and you see that I'm right, you sit back and you say Professor Bill is the smartest guy on the internet. I'm going to tell you right now, spoiler, who Leviathan actually is. It's Brian Michael Bendis. That's right, I'm going with that and I'm sticking with it. And I'm going to give you my proofs right now. Leviathan wears all red, right? Like the red of the blood of the other creators who he's put out of a job because Bendis comes in, I'm going to do my stuff. I'm Bendis. Comics are mine. Yeah, sure, bud. Sure, bud. So he wears the plot armor that he wears, and it's red from the blood of all of the people who he's made his enemies, the other freaking writers and all that who are working on good comic books, and he comes along and boots them out of the way. But no, it gets better. Talks about, I respect Superman. I respect you so much, Superman. Haven't we heard those exact words used by Bendis? Dude, go ahead. Prove me wrong. And I don't care. Bendis right now, maybe he's going to see this review. The review's going to get back to him. He's going to be like, somebody's figured it out already? We go, oh my God, he knew it was me. Shoot, I'm going to have to change it. That's okay. You heard it here first. You look at all the examples. Keep digging deeper. You know I'm right. You know I'm damn well right. Brian Michael Bendis is Leviathan. That's the reason. Coming in, like here's all these entities that don't necessarily work in harmony with each other, but they work. Argus, Spiral, right? DEO, all these different organizations, they all work. But Brian Michael Bendis comes in, Leviathan, and all of a sudden destroys everything. A wake of destruction in his path, people put out of business. People who don't have jobs now. You took food out of people's mouths. You took food off of people's mouths. All right? Out of people's mouths. That's Brian Michael Bendis. Brian Michael Bendis is Leviathan. Go ahead. I'm waiting for the facts to prove me wrong. Bring the noise, buddy. Bring the noise. Bendis is Leviathan. You heard it here first. Professor Bill, Comic Book University, class dismissed.